Our group was told to solve a hyperbola. This is what we know. The vertices equals -1 and -3, and also -1, 5. We also know the conjugate axis length is 6. The conjugate axis length formula is 2b. You know the conjugate axis length is 6. That's how you solve for b. So we already know what b and the vertices equal. Since you know what the vertices are, you could plot them on the graph. You could also find the center by finding the middle of the two vertices. The middle between the two vertices lies at -1, 1. By finding the center, you could find A, which is the distance between the center and the vertices. And the distance between them is 4. You could also start to look for the foci. To find the foci, you need to find what the value of C is. In order to find the value of C, you have to use the Pythagorean relation C squared equals A squared plus B squared. We know that A equals 4, and we know that B equals 3. 4 squared equals 16, 3 squared equals 9. Both add up to 25. And taking the square root of both sides, we know that C will equals 5. To find foci, you have to go up and down from the point of C, from the center. Up 5, you find that the foci is -1, 6. And going down, you find the foci at -4, -1, -4. You could also plot the co-vertices, which are the distance b from left to right. After plotting all 4 vertices, you draw a rectangle in order to find the asymptotes for the equation, for the graph. The asymptote is y equals plus or minus rise over run, in this case a over b, which is 4 over 3, parentheses, x plus or minus h, which will help you get the opposite value. So in this case will be plus 1, plus, and also at the end you add plus k. In this case is 1. You could also find the focus axis. We know that the orientation will be north to south based on the direction of the hyperbola. Since the orientation is north to south, we know that the focal axis will be x equals h. X, in our equation, h equals -1. The eccentricity of the hyperbola is c over a. C equals 5 and a equals 4. In order to draw the equation, you have to understand that since the hyperbola is north to south, you'll know that the a goes under y. Y plus or minus k. In order to find that, we know that k will equal 1. So -1 squared over b squared, no, a squared, which will equal 16 minus x, in this case, will be plus 1 squared over b squared, which equals 9 equals 1.